Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. I've been trying to find a way to film without there being so much glare on my glasses because I realized while editing my last like 3 or 4 videos that like the glasses glare is like out of this world, and I don't know if it's worse with these glasses than my old glasses or what, but I've been trying to figure out a way to do it. So like if I face this way it's like glare city, you see, but if I face this way it's a little less. I don't know, is this any different? Is this any better? I think it should be a little bit better, but anyways, today I wanted to film a quick little update. Specifically, I wanted to quickly talk about my IUD because if you watched my IUD experience video, I kind of left you guys hanging. I left you on a cliff. I had the IUD inserted, well now it's like almost 2 months now, and I had it inserted and everything was going great, but I talked about in the video, like I couldn't feel any strings or anything like that, which is what you apparently are supposed to feel when you have the IUD inserted. And so I was freaking out thinking like maybe either it was like falling out or like it had like gone somewhere else in my body and whatever. So I went to the doctor and so I booked another ultrasound, went in, and guess what? Everything is freaking okay. So she we did the whole thing again, like where they did the ultrasound, and she was like looking to see like where the IUD was, and she was like, oh my gosh, it's in the perfect place, like it's so good, like nothing, it hasn't slipped, it hasn't fallen, it hasn't like moved or anything. So I was super happy about that. It had been giving me a little bit of stress and anxiety like I mentioned in that video, because I was like, shit, what if it fell out, like, or what if it's like in my esophagus, or well, probably wouldn't, but you know what I mean. So I was like really stressed about that, but a-okay. And so funny because like the week leading up to my appointment, which was exactly a month since my IUD was inserted, that appointment was, my symptoms had been getting less and less and less. Like the bleeding was less and less and less, and I think I mentioned in the video like I was literally having to wear tampons for the first little while because I was having so much bleeding, which apparently is normal. But anyways, leading up to that appointment I was having less and less symptoms, and I'm not even lying to you, the day after my bleeding completely stopped. And I haven't had any bleeding since. So good. So I'm really happy about that. As for my other video that I did, This Diet is Changing My Life, if you watched that video, I talked about the new diet that I'm on called the SCD diet. I've been on this diet for a little while now, over 2 months now actually. And I talked about in the video how I was doing, and specifically like with my eczema, how much it's changed and how much better it's gotten, and still the same. I feel so good. I'm now taking something called Moringa, which my nutritionist put me and my sister both on, and definitely Google it. It kind of sounds too good to be true. Honestly, like it's expensive and I haven't really noticed much of a difference like in terms of my eczema and like everything else, because I feel like I was already doing so much better than I was before that like any other benefits I'm probably just like, I don't know, I'm not even really aware of it. But I do notice that my skin looks really good, and again, I've changed so much recently in my diet, and I did my skincare routine recently too because everything has changed. I've really changed everything even more extreme to like the even more natural side of things. So definitely feeling really good still, and yeah, I don't feel like I'm deprived or like I'm not getting enough food or anything like that. Like I feel really great. I know a lot of you guys suffer from eczema, and like I get comments from my old eczema video and even like my recent video where I talk about eczema, and I know people will often say eczema, but I grew up saying eczema, so that's just how I say it. But anyways, I get a lot of comments from you guys being like, I struggle with eczema, it makes me feel really down about myself, or like when you're young and in high school and like you feel like you have to explain like why you have this red irritation on your skin. Like I totally get that, and it makes me really, really sad. It makes me feel really like heartbroken for you guys, because at least for me, like in high school I had it, but I was never really like, it was never bad enough in high school where I felt like super ashamed of it. Like if it was really bad, it would be on like my wrists, and that was easy to cover like with a long sleeve shirt. But I've definitely felt that with it being on like my hands and stuff and being so obvious. I really recommend like taking some action with your diet specifically to see if that will at all help, like eliminating dairy, eliminating gluten, eliminating some refined sugar. Like just see if that helps you, because my sister has been struggling with eczema as well, and she went on this diet cutting out all grains and refined sugar and all that stuff, and her eczema cleared up so fast. As soon as she ate it again, she broke out in eczema again. So what you put in your body is going to have a serious impact on your eczema. So that's something that I'm really understanding and like appreciating, that I can't eat certain foods right now because my stomach is like really sensitive. And I feel like I also did not mention in that video that I have a leaky gut. Maybe I did, but anyways, Google that as well. Very interesting. Other than that, school has been really great. I'm in my, well, I'm almost done. I don't know. I was trying to decide whether or not to graduate in the winter, like so in December, or to graduate in spring, the following spring. And I think I'm just gonna wait till spring because I don't want to stress myself out by taking like 4 courses and working and stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna spread it out a bit, but I'm really excited because I'm almost done my degree and I just feel like it's been such a long process, but at the same time it feels like just yesterday when I started. I know it's such a something we so take for granted, like having education and getting to go to school, so I've definitely like appreciated every moment that I've had learning and getting to do what I love to do. And for those of you who don't know, my major is psychology. I'm not minoring in anything. And as for like my future plans with that, people always ask, what are you gonna do? You mean therapist? Hell nah. I'd be literally the worst therapist ever. It's actually funny because my family makes fun of me like for how bad of a therapist I would be, which is fine. I'm okay with being made fun of that way because it's true. But no, I'm actually going to start studying for the LSAT very soon. I've kind of already been studying-ish, but not really because I'm in school. So I've like looked over, I have books and stuff. But I'm going to be studying soon, and I think I'm going to go to law school. So that's kind of my plan roughly right now. But of course, it's like so subject to change, and tomorrow I might have a whole different idea. But if I do end up in law, right now my main interest is family law. So if that means anything to you, that's what I'm interested in. No, I'm not interested in criminal law. I think it's very cool, but that's not actually the kind of work I want to do. And like in my dream world, what I would be doing specifically is working with like victims of intimate partner violence, doing a lot of pro bono work if I could. When you get to a certain point, you can afford it, but at the beginning of your career, probably not. We will see. I don't know where life will take me. I feel like it's so interesting, and I've talked about this before, like YouTube is like the ultimate form of accountability because you say these things, you put a video of you saying it on the internet and it's always there. And I watched videos of me like when I was in high school being like, I'm going to biology, and I did biology for a year and I switched my major very quickly. Then I was in sociology, then I was in psych. So things change, and I'm not really hard on myself with that anymore. Like I used to get really upset when I changed my major, but now I'm like, girl, you do whatever you need to do. Like you want to switch your major 5 times. Like when I talk to people who are going to school, I'm like, just be prepared that you're probably going to change your mind, but like everything you know is going to change because you're being educated, like you're learning new things, you're getting all this new information. So obviously like the way you see the world, the way you see yourself, everything changes. So just be open to that change process. And if you're starting college or university in September, good luck to you guys. You're going to do awesome. It's going to be a transition, but it's not going to be hard and you can do it. But I also think it's really important to, yeah, like I said, be easy on yourself and like open to the possibility of like change. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's really important to keep that in mind. And even if like you're at that age where you've graduated high school now and you're sort of like, I didn't enroll for school in September, but all my friends are going, like, just take your time. There's no rush. I did take a year off of school in the middle, but I think that it's awesome for people to take a year off in the beginning. Like, go find yourself, go work, go like actually live in the real world for a split second and see what triggers some passion in you, because that's really what I've always looked for, is like anything that makes me passionate. I'm like, yeah, I gotta do that. I gotta do that as a job. So I mentioned this in some videos, but I've really been enjoying like posting Instagram stories because it's a really quick and fun way for me to like quickly post something for you guys to see, and like my family and friends and everything like that. It is sort of weird to have an Instagram that like I have friends and family and then like random people that I actually don't really know, like you guys watching, who really, when I make those Instagram stories, in a way they're more for you guys than anyone else, which maybe sounds weird, but that's kind of what it is. But this is the thing about me, is like this personality on YouTube and like my personality in real life are pretty much the same. I might even be like a little bit crazier in real life. Like if you meet me, I'm a little bit like crazy. Yeah, like this is like the tame Emilie, and except for the hair, obviously this is not tame, but you know, this is like the tame Emilie, and like the regular Emilie, the usual Emilie is a little bit crazier, a little bit wackier, but when I post those videos, like that's me 100% being real. So yeah, I've really been liking that, so definitely follow me. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you all very soon, and